Well, folks, welcome to TAGDropout once again. Thank you for visiting the channel. If this is your first time, I'm Eric, the TAGDropout. Basically, in a nutshell, I was born a genius and never really did anything with my life. And so I'm on a quest to publish my memoir. And as intermediate steps in between there, I'm documenting how it's going, and current progress is I'm in the end phases of getting my first book published. Now, I've had writings published because I've written articles for newspapers before and stuff like that. But this will be my first book, and it's not a written like text content heavy book. It's a low content book, otherwise called a journal, sort of like a planner, but it's a journal for carnivore dieters and people that are curious about the carnivore diet, want to see if it might be right for them. Anyway, wow. So I'm new to YouTubing as far as whatever the current popular thing is to get clicks. But what I really want to do is just document my story, my progress as it's going, and share my knowledge and wisdom that I've gained over the years, in case that it might help somebody. Today is an interesting day. Doing more stuff on WordPress. Like I've said in previous videos, this is the kind of thing that I would more put in my Eric Hepperle Designs YouTube channel, which has been dormant for about 2 or 3 years. But I was putting up tutorials mainly because when I was a WordPress freelancer, I was making videos when my clients would ask, well, how do I do this? How do I do that? And so I would make videos for them, showing them how to do it, publish it on YouTube in case it might help somebody else, and also to help try to grow my channel. But like with anything, if you don't nourish it, if you don't basically be in a committed relationship with it, it'll wither and die. So that channel, although it didn't die, it definitely didn't flourish, right? And it was starting to get some traction, and then, I don't know, I got a job and didn't have any time to maintain it, something like that. At the current moment, trying to figure out how I'm going to manage, because it seems like I need 3 channels. But I'd really rather have it only 1 channel. But if I make it 1 channel, all the conventional wisdom says that's going to confuse the viewers. What do I mean? Well, one of the things that I'm interested in, that I'm really passionate about, is computer programming and web design and graphic design. I bundle those all together into like a coding and design type creative space, and those will be on my Eric Hepperle Designs channel. And then my wife, she's making all this homemade food, and we're growing organic on our sort of mini homestead here on 2.5 acres in Lower Alabama, and it makes sense to put that on a different channel, which I've called Hepperle Homestead, which is also the label that I'm publishing under. And then the other thing is, this one, TAGDropout. Like I said before, and you may find it weird, you may find it crazy, but this is the facts. God told me to make this channel. So I kind of feel like not only is this channel a way for me to have somebody to talk to that's not my wife, because a lot of times I got things I want to tell or discuss with people, and my wife just doesn't want to hear it because she likes quiet. Sometimes she'll have conversations, but a lot of times she likes quiet. So whereas I can talk for 3 or 4 hours conversing on different topics and then jump from one topic to another with another person, she's not like that. She can talk for about 2 to 5 minutes and then she's done talking. So this maybe this channel is basically a way for me to have somebody else to talk to and interact with and share my thoughts and observations and epiphanies and inspirations, etc. What else? I don't have a Patreon. I don't have any of that kind of stuff. Right now, I'm just doing what I can between breaks at work. This is on a 15-minute break in the evening, and I love my job. I'm a web developer, professional web developer. I love it. In fact, right now, the job is, there's a certain amount of consistency and a certain amount of dynamism. And what's dynamic right now is we've been using Elementor since last year because I learned how to do Elementor and all these tutorials. And I was like, yeah, that's way better than Avada. Avada was the first sort of page builder paradigm. So it's actually a theme that had page building built into it. And then I believe Divi and Elementor came out after that based on that concept. And now we have Gutenberg blocks, which is the built-in WordPress core thing. So there's lots of problems with Elementor, lots of things it doesn't have that it won't do for us. And I have been tasked with the job of converting our Elementor website, which in truth isn't just a website. It's actually a multifaceted, faceted, as in like faceted search. You know, front end filterable is what it's supposed to be, but it's not all working at the moment. Simple filters are working, but the filters that say use a relationship field connected to another, like two different custom post types connected via a relationship field, and then grabbing metadata off the related custom post type, that's not working. That's not working. I used Jet filters, Crocker Block Jet smart filters, and they're not that smart. They won't do it. And I talked to Crocker Block support. They don't care. They're like, oh no, it's not meant to do that. I'm like, that's the reason we got Jet smart filters, was so that we could do smart filtering. But at the time, I had not heard the term faceted search, and I didn't know that's what it was called. And I got to give credit to Reddit, because a lot of the answers that I've been able to get that I would like ask somebody in the business, if I was actually around anybody in the business, I'm able to get from Reddit. So praise the Lord for that, for all the good contributors and people who want to help on there. What else? Instead of making the back room that's next to what's going to be my mom's room, instead of making that into an exercise room like we had originally planned, my wife came to me yesterday and she said, "Hun, why don't we just give that room to your mom too? And she can have that for her craft room, so she can make crafts, because Mom wants to make and sell jewelry and stuff, and I'm all for it." And when Kat said that, I was like, yeah, absolutely. Of course, a part of me is like, well, where am I going to put my exercise equipment? Because surely can't fit it in here. And this is a tiny, tiny place. I would say this is 16 feet by 12 feet, and probably a little less on the inside now that it's got drywall on it. But overall, for an office, this is good space. What else can I show you? Should I show you anything in my room? I don't know. I don't have the guitar amp open. I'm planning to do an unboxing video. Like I say, at the moment, I don't have the budget for fancy equipment. And the thing that I had that will hold the phone, that's broke now. So, yikes. Of course, I might be able to make a little bit lesser quality, like video quality, recording quality video with my old Sony Vaio? No, Sony Vaio is the laptop. I got a Sony video camera, digital video camera. And that has the hole on the bottom that will attach to the tripod. So if I could get that and then turn the tripod like this, I suppose I could record unboxing video with that. The only, I'd rather do it with the phone, but I can't do it with the phone, like I say, because the phone grip device broke on me. I got reviews I want to do on stuff, and this is good. You got to start somewhere. You can't just, you can do what you want, but one of the things that I learned is that if you say, well, I don't have this and I don't have that, and that's why I can't start, then you'll never start because it'll always be one thing or another. So even though I don't have X, Y, Z, and W, I can start with what I have. It's like God said to Moses when he told him to grab that stick in the desert. He said, what do you have in your hand? And what he had was just a stick. And then God said, Moses, throw that stick down on the ground. So Moses threw the stick down and it became a snake. Moses was freaking out. And then the Lord said, Moses, now pick that snake up by the tail. And he picked the snake up and it turned back into a stick. And this was the same staff that he used to part the Red Sea. So from a simple mundane item to a powerful tool that can move mountains and change futures. You never know what little thing you have, what talent you have, what skill you have, what equipment you have that may be exactly what you need. Maybe you don't need all this expensive stuff. Okay, so I'm going to show you some things that I have that I've sort of been taken for granted. And right now, actually, in making this video, it's made me think about these things. So we'll flip this guy around. See if we can turn this guy. Okay. Looks like I got about 3 or 4 more minutes. So that looks great. I don't like the binders up there like that. Those don't look perfect, but I needed to make space down here. And see if I can consolidate the stuff or throw away stuff in some of these things. Basically, I was keeping designs and stuff like that, but I don't need to keep other people's designs. All I need to keep is my designs, because I found out that if I need something for reference or inspiration, I can always go online or to any of my books. So there's that. Down there, here's going to be TMI, you might not want to hear about it, but right down there was where the roach poop mountain was. I cleaned that up and I'm so happy because it looks so much better. Now, I brought this guy. This is a futon and he goes like this. I brought him from the other shed. And what else? I think maybe there were roaches living in it. I mean, I'm out here in the boonies, so roaches they're everywhere. And the only reason they're not all over in my house is because we got 7 cats and they hunt them. So that's kind of what you need if you live out here. What else? So this file cabinet, I think temporarily that's where I'm going to put my new amplifier once I get it opened. I'm going to get these blue containers. I'm going to get those all stacked up on top of each other. and that will allow me to put them somewhere so that they're not wonky until I can get to them and sort them out. What else? These tools, I'm not sure why these are in here. I think I took a bunch of tools out last week and I just didn't get to taking these ones out yet. So these ones can go into the tool shed. These are hard drives and stuff, man. I need to go through that and throw them away, burn them or something. I don't know. Like I say, we live out in the boonies, and I don't know. I looked up online. I don't see anywhere where you can donate computer parts. They'll take whole computers, yeah, but I'm not seeing anywhere. You know, we don't have a computer geek. What was that called? In Portland, they had one, but we don't have that here. Oh, anyway, well, let's call that a wrap for now. I'm going to go ahead and get off my break. But, let me show you this too. This is pretty cool. This came as a 2-piece set. I think I got it for like $25. It might have been $35, but it definitely wasn't $50 or anything ridiculous like that. And you can see it doesn't have the full molded, thickness. It's just a flat piece, and somebody put the holes in it. But for a pegboard, it's doing pretty good. It looks not too bad. There's just some boards that I took off of pallets and sanded them down. But yeah, so I will go ahead and end here and say thank you for joining me again on TAGDropout channel. Remember to like and subscribe and hit that bell button if there's a bell. All right.